Hello and welcome to the Preston Dakotan's weekly newscast. This week, Regional Editor Randy Dockendorf joins us, and last week was a really traumatic week for a lot of people in the area. A lot of unsettling weather, whether we're talking about tornadoes or heavy rains. And I understand you have some information about that you'd like to share.
We have a little bit of update on that. Those kind of stories never really go away, even when the storms pass. And our best to our neighbors out there on both South Dakota and Nebraska. As Nathan mentioned, not to dredge up a lot of the old news, but give you some update. First of all, I guess we had some really good response to cleanup over the weekend in Laurel, Concord area, also Coleridge. Now that I think about it as well, all the roads are open with the flooding from last week too. I-29 was closed briefly. I think most people know that, but we just want to let you know that as well. There is a little update we got from Cedar County about cleanup. If you are interested, first of all, they lost 30 homes and some acreages and also a couple businesses in Laurel. If you are interested, and I know you want to take this down, if you want to volunteer to clean up, you can call 211 or 866-813-1731. Locally, you can call in Laurel 402-256-9614, and in Coleridge 402-283-4464. And I know Kevin Garvin has posted, their emergency manager, that they are going to be resuming some cleanup this weekend. If you want to give money, Security Bank in Laurel and Coleridge are taking donations. And so that's kind of an ongoing thing. Nathan, I have a couple things. One thing I was going to mention here in town, for our politicos here, Matt Michaels was renominated last week for Lieutenant Governor. Don't think that was too big a surprise. I saw Matt in Piggstown, but still that puts him back on the ticket. And because we are fair and balanced here, we have the Democrats are coming to town. I know you're going to be working on a preview on that, but their convention is here. And sounds like a lot of interesting things. And I believe the Minneapolis mayor is going to speak as keynote too. Don't know if you have too much more on that, but that's politics is up and running. It isn't waiting for November anyway, so.
Yeah, a lot going on. It'll be a good time, I'm sure, having the Democrats here this weekend. Do you know much about the Minneapolis mayor?
I don't. I know the party is kind of touting that he's had a pretty progressive agenda, had some success, and I think he'll probably have a few words of, I guess, encouragement, rally the troops, so to speak, but pretty busy agenda. A lot of, not just the nominating for offices, but a lot of workshops and that. So if you see activity out there, there's a lot going on this next week. So it'll be interesting to see how that all unfolds. So one last little, before I kick it back to you, I guess watch for ongoing political coverage this year. I know you do some blogging as well, Nathan, on that. So, but I guess you had some other issues come up in the past week.
We had an issue in Yankton that was of interest last week, and that was with Mount Marty College. They had a program, a new program that was started in 2011 for their Masters of Science in Nursing. So it allows graduates to become nurse practitioners. They were hoping to get accreditation this year, since they had their first graduates. And much to their surprise, the CCNE, which is, I have to look at this, the Commission on Collegiate Nursing Education, informed them last month that they are not being accredited at this time. And so that creates a situation where you have 19 graduates who cannot get the results of their boards released so they can get jobs with their degree.
I understand you've been following a lot more than me, Nathan, over the weekend, but what I've heard too, that one of the college officials said they're going to try to work with these students and see what they can do. I know it's a kind of a difficult situation, but Mount Marty does have an outstanding reputation, and it's unfortunate this happened. I'm sure you'll be finding out more. I believe you'll be the one kind of following that, but and just an aside as well, my understanding is they are moving forward on the remodeling of the science and nursing. So that is a strong undergrad program, but like I said, I don't know if you have more on that, but I'm sure that's something you're going to be following in the coming weeks. So
there was a development on Friday on this. You had 6 graduates of the program who filed a lawsuit, claiming in part that they're requesting damages, costs, and disbursements, interest, and any other relief determined to be just and proper. And Here it is. They are alleging that Mount Marty committed a breach of contract, negligence, misrepresentation, fraudulent concealment, and unjust enrichment. So that's the basis of that lawsuit. And
Nathan, I was
see where it
just
goes.
curious, where is that filed? Is this type of thing federal, state? Is it in Sioux Falls or?
This is
Yankton,
circuit
or-
court in Minnehaha County.
Okay. So that's where that action will be
Yeah.
arising out of there.
So this is really a bad situation for everyone involved, the graduates, the school. So I think the one thing we can say is everyone's hoping for the best resolution possible for everyone involved.
And I think, and they do have, he's interim, he stepped in, but they do have Tom Lorang that's also working with the school, and I'm sure he'll be involved with this as well. to
I would
try to-
assume so.
Try to make the best of that situation, so. But I'm not aware, it's just a lot of things moving on. 4th of July is on the horizon. I'm sure that'll probably be next week's video, we'll have more on that, but that's always a good time here in Yankton as well, a lot of activity. Otherwise, a few other things happening later in the week, we can give you updates on that when they occur. So, anything else, Nathan?
I believe that is all for this week's newscast. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you here again next week. Thank you.